say hi, and thanks for making a little bit time in your schedule and have a short chat with me. Even though there might be a few people that don't know you, so maybe you can say a little bit about you and the company, and then I have a few questions, not too long.
Sure. My name is Pras Velagapudi. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Agility Robotics, and we produce Digit, the humanoid that's made for work. So we've been deploying Digit into production, logistics and manufacturing use cases, and we've deployed with customers like GXO for coming up on just about a year now. So getting humanoids out in the world and getting paid to do work.
So except a part of all the hype that is happening, there is almost an anniversary happening with real deployment at a production site, at a paying customer. So this is definitely something that I think makes you guys unique. There's a lot of talks about where to deploy first and why, and you guys made an intentional decision here. The word safety comes up. Maybe you can talk a bit more about this.
Yeah, so safety is a huge component of being able to get into production environments and to be able to scale in general. And when we chose to move into industrial environments and logistics and manufacturing environments, part of that was that those are domains in which the safety of the automation products is well understood. They're places where people have been using robots for decades now, and there have already been standards and norms around how to use them safely, and people are more comfortable and understand more of the concepts about how to use them.
Yeah.
That's a natural entry point where it's easier to figure out how a new type of automation, a humanoid platform, fits into that existing framework. Now, there's still work to be done, and in fact, we've just started work on a new ISO standard, 25785, specifically around safety for dynamically stable industrial mobile robots like Digit that are balancing. But we can fit that into the existing frameworks like R1508 and ISO 13849 that are already there to give us broad coverage of what an industrial robot being safe means. And that's a lot closer than the definitions for safe in other environments like the home or in retail settings, where there's just less of a history of automation to build off of.
And people have a direct idea of what safety means, but you were talking about pushing this narrative and building regulations, like walking towards that, and that I think for customers in manufacturing who are kind of restricted and bound by that, feel, I think, more having a product that is more mature, because the company always is in a position where they can not only think about giving you over a working solution, which is hard enough as a humanoid company, but also we are so mature already that we are thinking about the steps, the ecosystem, and all the touch points, right? So I think this is I think this is very unique. Regarding the complexity, do you think this is also something where you think this is definitely, we take a little bit out of the complexity, and this is the reason why we choose this first?
So there's part of that. We still can do fairly complex use cases, although we are focusing on bulk manipulation tasks. And in some sense, that involves less manipulation dexterity. So you might argue there's a little bit less complexity there. But another aspect of it is it's an area in which we can really leverage the scale of the robot. It's an area where having two arms really makes a difference, because you carry large loads where those two arms can really do useful things. And there's a big workspace that you might need to access, and areas where you might need to move around or in between obstacles when you're carrying large loads like totes. So it really also aligns with the benefits of the platform and the flexibility of the platform in a lot of cases. So it's kind of a natural beachhead for us to start at. As we're deploying, we're building up capabilities and improving the performance of the robot to be able to move into adjacent areas, like we're now doing a bit of machine tending, and we can get into other types of object manipulation, basically as the robot gets more experience out in the world.
Tackling those very hard tasks first, so that means actually bringing real value and showing this by having paying customers and real deployment. No nice demos, no big announcement, no POCs or pilot projects, but a real almost 1 year now, like in production, a paying employee, so to say. I think this is something that is standing out, and the safety part, where everyone is a bit afraid here, because because it's such a challenge that has not been solved yet. And but apart from that, maybe you can tell us a bit about the technology of the robot itself. So because now we're talking about the let's say outcome, and coming back to the base, your product. Is there maybe you can talk a bit about this?
Yeah. So the robot itself has been advancing considerably as well. And while we do have deployments, we also do POCs, and we have actually been working on demos. In fact, we just showed off one of them presented by the Google DeepMind folks that we did in collaboration of testing their Gemini model as part of their trusted tester program.
Yeah.
So we are also considerably advancing state of the art in our robot technology in parallel with going out to customer sites. It's all part of one big technology strategy. We just unveiled our latest robot, our V4 production units, at ProMat earlier this year. And these new robots are designed to be able to operate in the North American markets with kind of everything that you would need technology-wise to meet customer needs. So they have beefed up actuators, they have larger battery packs, they can autonomously charge docks, they can charge themselves when they need to, and they incorporate a slightly upgraded sensor package that we've been using to basically get higher performance out of our use cases. And under the hood, we've been building out an AI-powered stack for our loco manipulation to be able to really enhance the performance of movement around the area and the ability to handle loads. So we can do it faster and with larger payloads.
And do you think the having a product that is so advanced that you're already being able to deploy and collect data and have this kind of conversations with customers in not labs, not POCs, but like real deployment, do you think this is one of the advantages that enables you to do these kind of things and focus in on the things, because you can see the data and you can see, okay, this is actually the points that are very important for our customers, but also very important for, not for only for this task to be solved, but for a variety of tasks?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the big advantages that we get from being out at live customer deployments and being deployed continuously is that we have a very concrete idea of what problems we're solving for. And when we're designing the environments that we test against in our lab, or when we're building out training data sets to perform our learning against, we have a very obvious KPI of, does this work in the places where the robot is getting paid? And we can use that as a benchmark to understand, are we solving a useful part of the problem? So things like, what types of aspects of the environment do we need to vary, and which can we keep constant? What types of payload ranges or disturbances might we experience? And what types of levels of precision and speed are necessary for us to produce value? Well, we can assign numbers to those things based on what we're seeing in the market and what we're seeing at customer sites. And that means we're not necessarily chasing after goals that aren't aligned with actual customers. That really helps direct our focus, and in addition also gives us very useful data to build upon.
So there's less assumption and more data-driven decision being made on the development of the product.
That's right, both at the product level and also at the actual data level.
This is nice. As we're coming towards the end, I know you're a very busy man. There's a new Humanoid Summit coming at the end of the year, but what I'm asking is, what is next for you guys? What is coming in the next few years, next few months, so to speak? Because in humanoid business, everything is within weeks, it seems.
Yeah. So right now, we just released our V4 platform, which is intended to be deployed in North America within a work cell. And so that meets a number of existing use cases and needs. In parallel with that, we've also started work on our next generation platform in conjunction with the safety work that we're doing. And that next generation of Digit is going to be able to work outside of a work cell and incorporate functional safety technology to be able to do onboard all of the same speed and separation that currently requires a work cell environment. So that's a huge step forward for us. That's going to be coming online in the next 18 months or so, and that's one of the major things that we're expecting to be doing next. So right now, we are interested in scaling up our V4 robots into use cases that are inside of the work cell. but soon we'll be able to show off some of our V5 stuff that can work outside of the work cell.
I think this will be a huge accelerator, an enabler, because this is what, when I've been in manufacturing for quite a while now, and you see, the cobots was promising, you can work together with them very easily, but then the cell was a topic again, safety cell, but you saying this is exactly what we're addressing here, serving this problem first, and then extending and already working on that. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed the summit, and looking forward to see you again.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thanks.